We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in Serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that Memo Keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle.
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth.
That is true.
I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal.
Oh, it's a green stone. Oh, it's quartzite. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I know it's a stone. I just couldn't remember what kind. Okay. When it becomes commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that is in all likelihood a scandal.
Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So, you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here. And I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. She's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
You can bully me whenever. I'm not picking that one.
You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Okay. Always open to pull for your game account. Thanks, boss. Wowee. So generous of you, boss. Thanks. 100,000 credits. Somebody's going to sweep Robin's case under the rug for as long as they can, so her case is only a secret between us. The other case, that depends on what excuses they have prepared for you guys. I'll take my leave for now, and I'll look forward for outstanding performance from you guys. So do I actually get 200,000?
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome.
Oh my
Let's tell
god!
everyone about it.
I actually get 200,000 credits for free. I mean, shivers. So many shivers. My brain's getting confused. Okay. I already had. Oh, actually, I only had 700,000 before, so it actually did make it pretty. Oh, right, because I used all of it. Let me tell you, getting these people up this high in level was expensive, like really expensive, and I'm still running out of money. I don't have. I can't believe I actually managed to go through all my crap so friggin' quickly. I can't, like, I'm actually running out of materials now, which is good. That's actually a good thing. I like not actually having tons of
Remember to bring more next time.
yeah, I like not actually just having a crap ton, a crap ton of stuff on me. Cool. I like not actually having everything on hand right when I need it.
Aventurine's goal is to try
Because it means I can
and
actually
recapture
farm.
Penacony
Makes
for
sense.
ITC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Yeah, no conclusion gonna be John just yet.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Well, everyone who plays this game is a born gambler, so heck, that's why I have the Gacha game tier list.
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious. Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone. However, I asked Dan Heng back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron? That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T.
Weird, I can't seem to remember. That's... Oh! What happened at the beginning of the original story quest? Like, right at the beginning. We forget everything about her.
They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone.
Okay.
I really love Blocky.
We actually know a lot about her, but it's just all of it disappeared after the dream. Oh, what is this?
The majestic hall of art?
Okay, Black Swan, I have this. Where can I put you? What group do you go in? You don't go in any other group, so you're another by yourself character. Okay. I still have all these grouped up. 2 murder suspects. We have the 3 people directly related to Penacony, 2 people from the IPC, Sam from the Stalron Hunters, Akron, the Galaxy Ranger, and Emanator. We have someone from the Garden of Recollection, and someone from the Masked Fools. So it's a very large amount of groups all interacting at once. It makes it hard to predict anything. Especially because we know very little about the Galaxy Ranger, even though she's actually an emanator of something. I assume death. We'll see eventually. Sparkle has had a very interesting role in this story. Her role is very inconsistent. I can't tell which side she's actually meant to be considered on. Because her first interaction in the story was with Adventurine. I keep calling it Adventurine. But Adventurine, and his interaction with her is very short and doesn't really make any sense. Then she has an interaction with us directly in Firefly, putting us to sleep in the middle of the dreamscape. So whatever she's trying to do, I don't know. And then after that, she has an interaction with Sunday. His name's Sunday, right? I can't remember. And he's just kind of, well, it has to do with her imitating Robin. This is so interesting. Misha and Gallagher were very short-lived. He's just the dude that's just kind of here, and Gallagher is the dude of the Bloodhound family. The Memo Keeper is interesting because she has power over memories, and dreams are kind of like memories. Dr. Ratio was here and then just kind of left. I don't even think he's here anymore. And Sam is very interesting because he's part of the Galaxy, or not, he's part of the Stellar Hunters. But what are the Stellar Hunters doing here? And why is it just him? Well, as we saw in the thing, he has the privilege of choice, so he has very little on his script. All he's here to do is to make us go for the legacy. Not really sure what that's supposed to be. It's very interesting. This whole thing's become very interesting and complicated. It's hard to predict anything. It's extremely difficult. Just putting everything on here just because I can. Just to fill it up. Still missing a bunch from here. This entire story is getting very, very complicated.
It's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well. Somewhere. But everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
She is... we are definitely going to the theater at some point.
Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our crew. The family and the IPC. Everyone has their own plans going on. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us. outsiders from another world.
Yeah, everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Kind of reminds me of I don't it, the this book I read we had to read back in I think we read it. Yeah, it was 10th grade when I read it. It's called Tuesdays with Maury. Um, this dude named Maury gets diagnosed with ASL, which is a disease, which is what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I guess the only word I can think of is ailment. An ailment that makes it so that your like muscles and your like the signals that go to your muscles decrease over time, and eventually your entire body, you're like especially like starting from the legs and going up, everything just starts deteriorating because you can't move them anymore. And when he gets diagnosed with it, he goes outside and he's like, "This horrible thing has happened to me," but it's like no one even cares because when he walked outside, everything was still going as normal, even though he got this horrible news to him. This reminds me of that. I really love that book. Mitch Albom is one of my favorite writers, especially because that wasn't like a fake story, is real. I have another book in front of me. I still haven't finished it yet. It's called For One More Day. I got it back when quarantine started at my grandparents' house because I was just walking around and they had like there was just a book stand outside. He was like, "Take a book, take one. Doesn't matter." No one was standing there manning it, so they could like they could manage it anyway. It was just free. You just take a book. And I did. I took that book while I was out on a walk one time. It's a pretty good book. I didn't get very far in it though. A lot of secondhand embarrassment, and I'm real bad with that.
Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now.
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
Interesting. I wonder what he's doing.
I will. Keep in touch.
Because I don't know enough about Welt's backstory.
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Acheron.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
That is true. He literally can create black holes.
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. as a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
Gravitational disintegration. Oh my god. That's one hell of a threat. Oh, well, my man. Oh, there's a reason you're my second favorite character. Well, yeah, second favorite. Favorite is Firefly, third favorite's Chingchua.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
What just happened to my graphics? Actually, honestly, I think this looked cool. I think, oh, okay, I went back to normal. I think that looked cool, to be honest. Because that felt like I was actually playing it on a DS. It actually looked kind of cool. I wish I could actually change the graphics. But I'm pretty sure it's like Genshin where I'm not allowed to. Because I'm on the PS5, so it just doesn't let you.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board.
That is true, but that Stellaron's in a person, which is different. That doesn't count. Doesn't count. It is contained inside of a person, so it doesn't count. But also, I'm really hoping that the next person to get the next person to be given a power is because so far each character's been given in each world we've gone to, they've been given like an extra power after finishing or like near the end. On Yorilla 6, because Heart of Space Station doesn't count because it's the tutorial area. Yorilla 6 gave us the power of Trailblazer Preservation, and then at the end of the Wafu, we got Danheng Imbiber Lune, or Lunai, I can't remember how exactly you're supposed to pronounce it. Pretty sure it's Lune, because it's AE. And this one, I heard that we're getting a new traveler variant, but I hope we're not. I hope we get a new variant of one of the other characters, either Himiko, Welt, or March. I feel like it'd be March, but I'm pretty sure I think we're getting a new Trailblazer variant, which I don't like. Also, what is that shirt he's wearing underneath? That looks interesting. It reminds me of, weirdly enough, it reminds me of Sam, which I find very interesting.
Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze.
I fucking knew it. The Watchmaker is the, must be the Trailblazer that left.
That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Whatever that means. Cool.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams, only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said, "Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them."
What do you mean
The
by that?
guest rooms are charmingly minimalist, an aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dream.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go,
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then,
they sought refuge in the land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest. Children of the flame.
She won't be necessary.
the Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone.
Everything is blank. Everything is empty.
It's like it's been erased.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's...
It sounds like
No.
Sparkle.
Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But
Constance.
that seems unrealistic. Dolly is not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you? I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone.
This moment on the other side. What? Switching to Adventuring's POV. What? That's cool.
A few
What?
days ago, the IPC made an announcement.
This is very interesting.